Namaste dear friends. Today I am going to narrate a captivating tale about the meticulous instructions for constructing a sacrificial pit and offering oblations to the sacred fire as detailed in chapter 24 of the Agni Purana, titled Mode of Constructing the Sacrificial Pit and the Oblations unto Fire. This isn't just a story about building a fire pit, it's a journey into the heart of ancient spiritual practice, a guide to a ritual that promises both material and spiritual rewards. The Agni Purana doesn't just give instructions, it unveils a path to fulfillment, emphasizing precision, devotion, and the profound connection between ritual and the cosmos. Imagine the scene. The sage Narada, a figure revered for his wisdom, explaining this sacred process, promising the fulfillment of all desires to those who perform it correctly. It begins with the construction of a square pit. Not just any square pit, but one built with astonishing precision. The dimensions are laid out with incredible detail. One has to dig a square pit after having measured out with a thread 4 times 24 thumbs in length. 24 thumbs! Can you imagine the care, the meticulous attention to detail required? It's not just about the overall size, every aspect is specified, from the width of the surrounding girdle, 2 thumbs, to the dimensions of the internal seats, which vary depending on their location within the pit. The western seat, intriguingly shaped like a fig leaf and slightly embedded, adds a symbolic layer connecting the ritual to the natural world and its rich symbolism. Even a drain is included in the design, precisely 1/4 thumb in breadth and 15 thumbs in length. And, remarkably, the instructions scale up for larger pits, showing the adaptability within this framework of precise measurement. This isn't just about building a pit, it's about creating a sacred space with profound meaning. Next, we move to the construction of a circular pit, a different geometric representation of the cosmos, equally precise. A rope is used to ensure perfect roundness, symbolizing wholeness and cosmic harmony. The placement of this pit, a crescent-shaped pit, east, west, and away from the northern direction, half the size of the pit and half the angular portion, isn't arbitrary. It's carefully chosen to align with auspicious directions. The girdles around this pit are described as resembling lotus petals, further linking the ritual to the beauty and symbolism of nature. Even the ladle size, the size of an arm, is specified, highlighting the importance of standardized tools in this sacred act. This section shows the versatility of the ritual, adaptable to different spatial arrangements, yet maintaining the core principles of precision and cosmic alignment. The preparation of the area surrounding the pit is just as meticulous. The ground is meticulously leveled and purified, evenly, horizontally and upwards to the extent of 1/2 thumb and 1/4 thumb. A boundary line is carefully drawn with precise specifications for its width and shape. This isn't just cleaning, it's a ritualistic purification, a consecration of the space, making it a vessel worthy of the sacred act. The description of the pit's mouth and central portion again stresses the importance of exact measurements and careful shaping. Even the size of a hole at the neck of the pit that the little finger would enter is specified, demonstrating the incredible level of detail involved. A unique marking, Vajranasika, is described, involving the drawing of lines with a fine tip, symbolizing the precise and methodical approach required. The consecration of the space with the syllable Om further highlights the sacred dimension of the ritual. The creation of a seat where the energy of Vishnu rests emphasizes the divine presence that permeates the entire process. This is not simply about building a pit, it's about creating a sacred space imbued with divine energy. Now, let's move to the ritual of oblation itself. The placement of the fire, the fuel, the ladles sruk and sruva, and the vessels for clarified butter and charu oblation of rice, barley, and pulse boiled together are all meticulously described. The use of kusha grass, water, and the careful handling of the ladles emphasize the purity and reverence required. The process of purifying the clarified butter through straining and sprinkling is also described, demonstrating the importance of purity in the offerings. The precise method of holding the kusha grass, the number of times the clarified butter is taken and cast, and the sprinkling of water on the ladles show the level of detail and the importance of following the prescribed procedure. The initiation of the fire oblation with the syllable Om and the concluding salutation emphasize the importance of mantras and proper invocation. This isn't just a sequence of actions, it's a cosmic dance, a precise choreography of movement and sound. The text then connects this ritual to a broader framework of Vedic observances, mentioning various rites such as Garbhadhana, conception ceremony, Pumsavana, a ceremony to ensure a male child, Seeman Tonnayana, parting of the hair, Jatkarma, birth ceremony, Namkarana, naming ceremony, Annaprashna, first feeding of the child, Chudakriti, tonsure ceremony, and Vratabandha, observance marking the conclusion of study of the student. The text prescribes 64 oblations for each of these rites, highlighting the importance of repetition and the meticulous nature of the ritual practice. This isn't just one ritual, it's part of a larger cycle of life cycle ceremonies, each with its own significance and ritualistic requirements. The fire oblation is a microcosm of life's journey. The chapter culminates in the description of the final oblation, emphasizing the importance of proper intonation and the use of the mystic formula ending with Vashat. The purification of the fire of Vishnu, the boiling of food intended for Vishnu, and the worship of Vishnu on the altar are described, emphasizing the divine presence in the ritual. The offering of clarified butter to the deity and its limbs, repeated hundreds or thousands of times, highlights the devotion and the dedication required in this sacred act. The subsequent sacrifice of animals, feeding the disciples, and the union of disciples with the preceptor further emphasize the communal and spiritual aspects of the ritual. This is the culmination, the offering of the final oblation, the seeking of divine protection and grace. Finally, the chapter delves into a profound cosmological meditation, visualizing the creation of the universe from a cosmic egg, symbolizing the cyclical nature of creation and destruction. The visualization of the Purusha, Supreme Being, at the center of the egg, the transfer of the Linga, a symbolic representation of divine energy, and the assignment of limbs to different deities are all part of a deep meditative practice that elevates the ritual to a higher spiritual level. This isn't just a physical act, it's a cosmic journey, a profound meditation on the nature of existence. The chapter concludes by describing the disciples' worship of Hari, Vishnu and Vishwaksena, and the dismissal of Vishwaksena after the offering of the remnants of the oblations. The final lines emphasize the duality of the ritual's outcome. One who is desirous of enjoyment gets all things. One who is desirous of release from mundane existence gets merged in Hari. This emphasizes the multifaceted nature of the ritual, offering both material prosperity and spiritual liberation depending on the aspirant's intention. The Agni Purana, therefore, offers not just a manual of instructions, but a spiritual guide, a path to both material and spiritual fulfillment, emphasizing precision, devotion, and the profound interconnectedness of ritual and the cosmos. Thank you for listening.